Though smaller numbers.
OBS isn't connecting, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Just need a little bit.
Packed a serious potpourri punch. It looks like soot, but it smells like dried flowers, not fresh flowers, dead flowers.
There we go.
And honestly, I don't even know what
We are
happened in the
on.
purple category.
Hello.
Not so good. That's also really
Hi.
bad,
What does it smell like?
Might be playing Star Trek, I'm not really sure.
like a diaper bag.
Yeah, I don't want to be in it.
Let's see, bada bingy. No, I decline. Go away.
It is
No,
good to
seriously, you
see
need to go away. There we are.
This one's just funky. But with that, we do have all of our player categories dusted, so it's finally time to make our bath bomb. We have destroyed, and now we must rebuild. Now, when most people set out to make a bath bomb, they're making them from scratch, like with a recipe. But in our case, we are trying to revive dead bath bombs, which makes our process a little different. Specifically, we're going to need to wet our powder so it will re-stick to itself and keep the shape of a bath bomb, but also make sure that it will still freeze when you drop it in the tub.
There we go.
So to make our formula,
Captain's happy that,
baking soda, oil, and citric
hello,
acid
this is Doc, whoever's watching, I'm just messing around. What was I gonna say? I think it still might need a stream key, right? Still might need a stream key.
I mean, if it says it's streaming as it were, and YouTube is streaming it.
Yes.
I mean, you can use your phone to check if it's streaming, I suppose.
Yeah, but stream key for anybody to watch, which is okay, don't get me wrong.
Well, did you make the cast private or public?
I wouldn't even know where to go for that.
It
Hang on.
should be up by...
Let's
Because if it's
see.
a private cast,
Edit, blah blah blah, gaming public. So it doesn't need a streaming key.
is it up on the screen there?
Right here.
Yeah, because the streaming key's for that. The streaming key's for the software.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with another person.
I'm so incompetent. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Still learning how to do this, guys. Again, just messing around. This is the USS Calrissian. Yeah, that's right. Star Wars reference. See if I can actually make it just sit still. You're just gonna be mean to me, aren't you? Let's try that again, one more time. It will reset behind the ship, so you're steering and all that. But this is a nice view. There we are. Alright, hang on for a sec. Let me see how we're doing here. Go to my channel. And see what we got here. There's that. And yeah, sure enough, we are streaming. Wow, cool, nice. And wow, this is actually listening to me very well just with the microphone, even better. This makes it a heck of a lot simpler if you think about it. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, I was looking at the Calrissian. I'm just messing around, streaming, just because I can and I will. This is Star Trek Online. Free to play, of course. There's always an in-game sales to be had. You can buy certain things to make it neater or craftier or God knows. I myself, I'll be honest, I try to not pay for things when it comes to these kind of games. You know, I'm not the type to actually go in for the in-game purchases because I think I'm not that big a gamer. I don't want to go out of my way to actually pay for stuff that I cannot hold. I'm not going to pay $60 for a particular starship that's going to be here for as long as the game is here, but when the game is gone, the starship's gone. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but there it is. Other kids, they have and adults, they seem to have like the kind of like money on hand to be able to do that sort of thing and be okay with it. I don't know if I had the money, I don't think I'd still be okay with it, I'll be honest with you. But in either case, I do enjoy the game. It is really neat. The adventures are awesome. A good deal of the original cast from the TV shows come back to reprise their roles. For quite some time, Leonard Nimoy did a lot of voiceovers for a good deal of it before he passed. Walter Koenig, who played the original Chekhov, also has some acting gigs on here, along with Michael Dorn, who played Worf from Next Generation. Also, LeVar Burton, who played Geordi from Next Generation, he's here as well. Cast from Voyager, from the new Discovery TV show, which I'll be honest, I've yet to see. I'm an old schooler. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and needless to say, you can have your own starship. As a matter of fact, let's visit the bridge. You'll see how neat the bridge is, and maybe even more than likely a couple of what's a good way of putting it? A couple of flaky things with the program. I'm not sure why they haven't fixed it yet. I'm sure I'm not the only one who have made the complaint, but it's here. Actually, well, this bridge doesn't have anything flaky going on. I'm actually rather surprised. This is kind of a newish bridge for this sort of ship. If you were expecting the old Starship bridge, actually I was too, I'll be honest with you. I completely forgotten that this is basically just a ship that was built on the outside to make it look as if it were old, but the inside's supposed to be modern. And this is the bridge itself, and a good deal of my characters are here as well. You can also play as certain factions. You have the Federation, you have the Romulan Republic, as it is known now. You have the Klingons. You have the Delta Quadrant. There's a Gamma Quadrant. I think it's Delta Quadrant. And you have something referred to as, I forget what it's called, but it's basically historic Starfleet. The Starfleet of the 2460s, was it? I think that was it? The year that particular... Or the 2560s, I can't remember. But, basically the original series show finally made an appearance on this. And these are my characters that I started out with. I never replaced them. This is Tarsi. This is Skavron. Let's see. What else is here? I don't know if any of my other original... Oh, it doesn't look like they're here. I have a couple of others. I wonder, though. Some actually hop on board later on as you play, and not you. Not you. Not you. Yeah, I guess my other characters aren't here right now, but that's okay. Just having all kinds of fun. Alright, I'm going to leave my bridge. You see here we have the leave ship interior function. And he calls for VMAP.
Now, with our backbone fully disintegrated, we were able to get a better look at just what it had done to the tug. So this is the show. It's not really. So is it green? It's fluffy. It doesn't smell like onions, thankfully, but it does look...
Wait, was somebody else here? Let me see.
Interesting.
No, okay. Well, two including me, I'm assuming. Alright. That looked weird. Alright. Let's see what I have here. We'll go back. Bada binky. I did that wrong. There we go. Okay. Alright. The loads are pretty slow, but this game makes a computer chug like you wouldn't believe. This is on the PC. I also have it on the PS4, and it just cranks on that game. I mean, it's just that it has it does it because it has a lot of assets. Not that it's like a stunning look to it. It's just got a whole lot of assets and a whole lot of players. It's gotten really big. I know, press any key. Here we go. Come on, cut me some slack. There we go. Holy crap! This is the back end of one of those bigger ships, but whatever. I'm gonna send this old girl on a mission. He might enjoy. Let's see. Ninth rule of acquisition. Let's go here. You might enjoy this. Rosie's watching Safia Nygaard on YouTube. I rather like YouTube. I always think she was a great content maker. Come on. Again, a slow load is what it is.
Looks like there was a fight.
And here we are.
I'm not picking up any House Mokai ships on the sensors. If they're here, they're under cloak.
Pardon me, sorry. I got a message from the captain, good friend of mine. I was trying to make sure we stay in contact. What's this? What's going on? Can we talk about Keith for a sec? Was single dad to raise his son and sorry, I'm reading something that my friend the captain sent me. They are an amazing person, and they've always commented on my parenting skills. I raised my niece. Very proud of that girl, and yeah, they sent me this meme that has a blurb about how awesome Goofy is at being a dad. That's amazing. And I'm going to thank them now, because they are amazing. I gotta admit, I'm a lucky man when it comes right down to it. I've got quite a family. Alright. Where was I? Oh. I was watching this on my phone too because I was curious to see how the feed was going. But of course my phone's acting weird. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, for crying out loud. Yes, play. Ugh. Alright. Well, you saw this blurb, let's get on with it.
Good to see you.
I'm not really sure how the volume's doing on this. I'm going to
we're dealing with
go
an
here.
unexpected breakout of hostilities here.
Options. Excuse me, partner. Audio. Overall volume. Yeah, overall volume I could probably raise for you guys. There we go. Apply. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. 1 second. Okay, here we go.
We came here to determine the status of a rather unusual variety of spore. As we were getting our bearings, a Ferengi marauder dropped out of cloak and unleashed hell.
Did I hear you correctly? A Ferengi ship with a cloaking device?
Afraid so. Fortunately, the Carter and Shurgat were able to respond before the Ferengi finished us off. Once they arrived, the Daemon pursued the better part of Valor and went back under cloak. Now that you're here, I believe the Ferengi will cut and run, assuming they're still out there hiding.
Alright, the odds aren't in their favor at the moment.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm reading low-level radiation coming from a nearby asteroid. I think your Ferengi is out there harvesting spores, Admiral.
We need to stop that immediately. By the way, guys, Lieutenant Commander Paul Stamets, by my understanding from the adventures that have been written in so far, is a character from the Discovery series. This Paul Stamets actually is a holographic recreation of the original Stamets. And through an adventure, well, I'm not going to ruin it, but through an adventure here becomes more Paul Stamets than just hologram, but you don't have to watch the adventure yourself. We need to stop that immediately.
Take the Carter and Shergat with you. The Ferengi will think twice about attacking a group of ships, and you might be able to put an end to all this without firing a shot.
That doesn't happen, but agreed, let's get to it then.
The Carter is ready to assist you.
Alright.
Lead the way, and the Shergat will follow.
You know who's saying
Reading a single Ferengi vessel, Marauder class. Safety cloaked.
The Dalai Lama publicly.
Duh. Well, Dalai Lama don't care.
I just think that's funny.
I thought I made myself clear to that woolly-faced Starfleet Admiral. This salvage is mine and mine alone. Now run along before I'm forced to damage that pretty ship and take it as a prize. After all, even a damaged ship of that class will fetch a fine pile of latinum.
I think you're overestimating your chances, Modron.
That's what you get for doing your own thinking, friend. Allow me to show you the error of your ways.
Have it your way. Red alert.
Leave enough of their ships for salvage. I'll be under cloak.
Orions and
Alright.
together? Yeah, this'll end well.
I am playing this rather awkwardly. My keyboard is, actually the laptop itself is actually propped up somewhere where it touches your face. I'm only doing this because I decided I needed to try it. My wife Rosie has done a great job of streaming herself, and Rosie's trying to teach me how to do it, and I'm very appreciative of it. So as you can see here, my mouse is going out, these are basically like hotkeys with the mouse, or on the number pads to activate certain powers you can use against bad guys.
Leaving the dirty work for us. Add it to his bill.
And as you see, the blurbs or some of the dialogue will actually be here as well. You can pick up prizes after destroying certain ships. Needless to say, you can actually build ships. And when I say build, I mean furnish ships with certain items to keep them beefy. You can take points earned to make your own powers pretty high on the totem pole.
Well, there's good news and bad news. Which would you like to hear first?
Let's hear the bad news.
Bad news, the Ferengi managed to harvest a spore colony from the asteroid before we arrived. He's got more than enough to make our lives difficult if he sells to Ja'ula.
And the good news?
The Ferengi ship just dropped out of cloak, and by the look of things, they're suffering a full propulsion system breakdown. No impulse, no warp, thrusters only. So, how do you feel about taking those spores off their hands?
Sounds like a great idea. Let's make it happen. Powers have cooldown rates depending on the power itself. Needless to say, the really good ones have a long cooldown rate. But again, you can equip yourself with stuff that would be helpful. You could also tell your ship what to concentrate on. I do heavy shielding, especially on ships that have weaker hulls. And generally the cheaper ships have the weaker hulls, but this is referred to as a cheap ship. Look at her. Is she not beautiful? Not cheap in my by my estimation. Most of your controls are right here. Shield modulation. You can like reinforce shields on either side, or just click in the middle to do the whole 9. Speed, helm. Weapons. Certain powers to beef up certain systems. And these characters have certain powers to.
Before you start, let me remind you that I have what you want, and it's one button press away from disintegration. My ship might be a mess, but my personal phaser works just fine.
Rana.
Now, in addition to the general mega CVS lipstick, I'm also throwing in an element to our
Sound music.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
Rana reposted that. Good old Rana.
Right, energize.
You beamed out my spores! Not one, not some, but all my spores! I'm ruined! Oh, I don't suppose you're interested in a very promising business opportunity on Ryza? Beachfront property?
Hard pass. You're under arrest, Modern. Or maybe not.
We've got company, angry company. They're targeting us and the Ferengi.
Red alert. All hands battle stations.
Cutting out the middleman here, Modron. Give us the spores.
You treacherous! This deal gets...
I expected more pirate from
Build the ship right, you really don't have to worry about paying for much. Am I missing something?
The nerve of some people! Do they not know the 16th rule of acquisition? A deal is a deal! Ah, but you're not a barbarian like those... Never mind. You've got class, I can tell.
Thank you, but you're still under arrest.
Now, don't be so hasty, my classy, well-armed friend. Before you haul me off, let me tempt you with a one-of-a-kind offer. That Ryzian timeshare I mentioned earlier, plus a full barrel of Tranya, 2386 vintage. That's easily worth my weight in latinum.
Ops, prepare the tractor beam. Let's get Modron where he belongs. By the way, I think the year for my starship was actually 2360 something. It was the 24th century they were in. Engaging tractor beam. And I'm going driving. Let's see what we do, guys.
Would you let me go for the real sort of K-Less?
No, shut up. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let Modern keep making deals so you can listen. Because he actually says a lot of stuff that has to be that is well, a lot of fan service is a better way of putting it. Especially if you're like a hardcore Trekkie. The last comment was about a next... No, actually it was about Deep Space Nine adventure featuring Worf and Dax and one of Kirk's old enemies, as it turns out. He had to be a Klingon, and it turns out Klingons are actually very long-lived. No more? Frankie, come on. We're just loading slow. I guess not. Alright.
Fucking little, bulldog, like an English bulldog. This little white English bulldog that's obsessed with dogs. It's a very strange thing, like, he just grabs them and carries them around. They, like, literally
The
just
Birmingham is ready for action, and not a moment too soon. It looks like Modron's treacherous friends are coming back for a
So he
rematch.
just has a whole collection of bowls he plays with and carries around, and yeah. Dogs. I love dogs, but they're weird. Animals are weird, though.
We're seeing them too, Admiral.
I can honestly say I had nothing to do with these ships coming to kill us. They're doing it all on their own. You aren't going to let them kill me, are you? I'm helpless. You have to protect me.
We'll do what we can. You're still under arrest after all.
Hey, he's starting to figure it out. He's kind of excited. Like, are those balls? Give me the balls!
Why are you defending that Ferengi worm? He's not worth dying
Rose
for.
is looking at me. They're pretty cute.
That's hilarious. He dumps them all out. Just look at him.
Animal memes are easy to flip on.
He still has oh, it's actually now. There we go.
Playing around with big guns. Needless to say, having powers that recharge quickly. If you have one of those like ships that actually fly with real money, they do the fighting for you, which to me is amazingly important. I'm not a fan of that. But honestly, I am at the highest level you can get. I've done a lot to actually refurbish stuff they give you as basically weapons and tools and all that. So again, it's been a lot of fun.
Well fought indeed. They'll think twice about coming after us again. I'll let Alliance Command know what happened here today. If Jeula or any of Modron's friends try to harvest the spores in this system, we'll make sure they have a nice welcoming party waiting for them.
And Modron?
Modron's on his way to a Federation holding facility. We will make sure he faces justice for what he's done here today. Rest assured. Your work is done here. We'll take care of the wrap-up. Cabret, out.
Depart system. And that is just one adventure you can play on this game. They've got a lot of adventures. I can honestly say they have close to hundreds. I mean, they're just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Needless to say, the systems and space they give you is very finite. but the number of adventures they give you keeps growing just on a seasonal basis. So it can be an amazing game. It can be a lot of fun. My favorite so far was an anniversary episode where they deal with a storyline from the very first Star Trek. It was just amazing. At the end, you can ask Rosie, I literally cried at the very end of that adventure. It was that kind of adventure. I was impressed and it was just nostalgic. I became teary-eyed, the whole lot. I mean, honestly, it was amazing. Well, aside from that, admittedly, I am very happy with Star Trek Online. Star Trek games have been touch and go throughout its history. Video games, I should say. Some were pretty amazing. Others were, but there are those that stick out for one reason or another. And Star Trek Online has been around for close to 10 years, and it has been, again, it's done them justice. It's done the franchise justice. It's done the fans justice. I mean, they've done basically everything they can to give a fan everything they needed in the respect of fan service, gameplay, story. Some of the stories just again, I'm not even sure if it's actually really going to be considered dogma at this point, where it's actually going to be canon, but I just some of the stories, I just literally my mouth is agape at a lot of the turns some of these characters have taken, and I'm like, wait, what? It would be the same for you too. Again, free to play. You can start into like any faction that might interest you, depending on your personal taste of gameplay. Even if you're not a Star Trek fan, I would strongly suggest this game. It is just everything it offers is amazing, and again, if it's plain old free, let me tell you something. There is so much you can do. I reached the status of Admiral. My mouse is circling right here in no time. Then again, I was playing hardcore because again, I am a diehard Trekkie from back in the day. I'm talking the original series was canceled in '69. That was the year I was born. And after that, it went to syndication and it did still amazingly well. And as I was growing up from diapers on up, I watched Star Trek on a daily basis if I could swing it. So, as a true diehard Trekkie, let me tell you something. Yeah, worth playing. The account's free. Everything's free. Any in-game stuff you want to do to pay for, it's up to you. Again, it's a matter of taste. If you're willing to do it. I am not that kind of gamer. I like a challenge, so I don't mind it being a challenge for me. And I'm not going to pay for the game to play itself. I'm going to be challenged. I use my weaker ships more often than not because, again, I like a challenge. And that's about it. I hope you had fun. If you have any questions, I don't know if you left comments on. If anything, try to contact me. If you're seeing this on my site, knock yourselves out. Again, I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you later.